Jeff Keighley announced that on X, Sidney Sweeney will star in the film adaptation. There we go. Film adaptation of Joseph Farah's Split Fiction. All right. Sidney Sweeney. Split Fiction. This about the game that we have certain folks in the gaming community trying to claim Split Fiction as woke because the girls in it are not attractive enough. Which, I mean, that's really the only gotcha they had on the game. And the game itself was fantastic. Like, one of my favorite games I've played this year. And honestly, before Expedition 33, I was saying Split Fiction was my game of the year. Now Expedition 33 has that honor. And I've only played an hour and a half of Expedition 33. But Split Fiction was fantastic. And if it were to win game of the year, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's ridiculous. I'd be like, yeah, okay. It deserves it too. It's a fantastic game. So they're making a movie out of this. And this comes to us from Variety. Sidney Sweeney to star in Split Fiction film adaptation from director John M. Chu, Deadpool and Wolverine writers. Exclusive to Variety. So here we go. Sidney Sweeney's set to star in the film adaptation of Split Fiction with John M. Chu directing. Variety has learned. The script for the movie is being written by Deadpool and Wolverine screenwriters Rhett, Reese, and Paul Wernick. The Split Fiction film will be produced by Mike Goldberg and Dimitri M. Johnson's Story Kitchen, formerly DJ2 Entertainment, which is taking out talent package now to studios. And Choose Electric Somewhere, Sweeney is set to executive produce. Okay, she's going to produce and star in it. Okay, I just wanted to double check. So I'm like, Sidney Sweeney's turning into like one of the biggest producers in Hollywood these days. We just heard the other day that what was that racing game? Was it OutRun? That she's going to do the Michael Bay movie with OutRun. And now we find out just a couple days later that she's also going to be producing Split Fiction. From developer Hazelight Studios and publisher Electronic Arts, Split Fiction blends fantasy and science fiction, following a pair of authors, Mio and Zoe, who become trapped in the worlds they wrote. Which, by the way, the storyline was entertaining. It was fun, and I could totally see it being a movie. Parts of it felt like almost like a throwback to Tron, which is a movie. So yeah, I could totally see that. Written by director and Hazelight Studios chief Joseph Fares and Sebastian Johansson, Split Fiction is a co-op adventure game that features gameplay mechanics involving split-screen combat, platforming challenges, and differing abilities for each character. Now, I will say, we do know, obviously, Sidney Sweeney is going to play one of the women in the game. I wonder who the other one will be. Sources tell Variety it has yet to be decided which lead role Sweeney will be playing, Zoe or Mio. She'll probably be playing as the blonde chick. Released March 6th, the game quickly became a hit with players and critics alike, receiving positive reviews and massive sales. According to Hazelight, the game sold more than 2 million copies the first week. Holy crap. J-Dub Production says Alana is writing the Split Fiction cookbook. Following its launch, and that number continues to rise at a rapid clip. That is insane. It sold 2 million copies the first week. Wow. Wow. Variety has reported that Split Fiction film was in the works and attracted top Hollywood studios for a bidding war during the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco in March. Wait. First report, it was in the works in March? I thought this... So this was known, but they didn't know it was going to be starring Sidney Sweeney. Is that true? Because if that's the case, that's amazing how much star power brings to a movie. That no one cared about it before Sidney Sweeney was on board with it. Wow. The package is shepherded by Goldberg and Johnson's Story Kitchen, which is one of the hottest players in the video game to screen biz right now, with credits including Sonic the Hedgehog films, Tomb Raider franchise, with a new animated series that premiered enough. Yeah, failed miserably because they made her hardcore lesbian in it. The upcoming Streets of Rage adaptation set up at Lionsgate. Dude, there's a Streets of Rage movie coming out too. I feel like I heard rumors about that, but wow. As well as films based on It Takes Two from the game studio behind. Wait, yeah, they're making a movie on It Takes Two, and wait, they're making a ToeJam and Earl movie too. What the? Holy crap! I'm learning a lot right now. So in addition to Split Fiction, we got Streets of Rage movie, It Takes Two movie, and ToeJam and Earl. I mean, I guess ToeJam and Earl needs to be like animated like Sonic the Hedgehog movie was, or CG animated, I mean. But I'm trying to think like the other game that I played with Hypnotic was called A Way Out. That was basically Shawshank Redemption, 2 players. But that in itself, after you get out of the prison, the story, the turns the story takes, that would be a fantastic movie as well. Like a lot of the Hazelight Studios games could be movies. The storylines are very cinematic in their own right. So, yeah, apparently Hollywood is seeing the success of movies like Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario, and the latest one being Minecraft. And now we're having a massive boom in Hollywood with video game movies being adapted for film, which is wild because if you were to go back in time and tell me that the game industry would be hitting Hollywood as strong as it is right now, I'd be like, you're crazy. After seeing massive flop after massive flop for years over the years, like, again, I will die on the hill saying that Mario Brothers in 93 was a good movie, but it didn't do very well in the box office. It flopped hard. The Wizard was a good movie. I don't know how well that did. I don't think it did great. I think it did all right. Street Fighter, the movie, did terrible. I don't know how well Mortal Kombat, the movie, did, but the Tomb Raider movie, that was terrible. The original one, I couldn't even watch it. The Doom movie, didn't like it. I'm sure people in the chat are going to fight me on these. I'm just saying my own personal opinion of these movies. They are very hit and miss. They are very hit and miss. So to hear after the success of the Mario movie and then giving birth to Minecraft and Sonic and all these other movies too. Well, actually, you could say Sonic gave birth to Mario either way. And we also have, don't forget, a Legend of Zelda movie, live action, that's already been greenlit and being actively worked on and announced by Nintendo officially. I mean, really, the only thing that's been missing in all of this is a Metroid movie. Where is the Metroid movie at? That's what we really need. But yeah, there's a lot of video game movies in the works right now. And why the hell are we getting a Streets of Rage movie before we're getting a Metroid movie? Why the hell are we getting a ToeJam and Earl movie? Who's asking for that? Like that game series isn't even much of a successful game series. It had like what 2 on the Genesis, and then like another one got made like a couple years ago. And that was really it. And then we also have It Takes Two, which okay, but man, no, they better not make a movie like Other M. That would be, oh god, I'd rather not be a Metroid movie if that's the case. Sidney Sweeney as Samus. See, that's the thing. Why are we getting Sidney Sweeney in freaking Split Fiction and OutRun, but not as Samus? Like literally, she's made to play Zero Suit Samus. She was born for that role, and she's at the age for it right now. Like, do it, Sidney. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Good point, guys. Good point. But yeah, that is the that's the situation right now. We got Variety reporting Sidney Sweeney starring in Split Fiction and also producing it. And apparently there's a whole bunch more video game movies on the way. So hope you guys like video game movies, because there's going to be a whole lot more coming. just just you wait. And yeah, shout out to Jeff Keighley for the heads up on this. People that comments are like, take my money. I mean, damn, damn. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, I'll leave that one there. And I'll definitely be watching that movie because I love the game. So yeah, it's Sidney Sweeney. How could you not watch it? How could you not?